Hey, can you send an email to John Doe saying that I like our meeting on Tuesday and that I look forward to the next one?
The email has been sent to John Doe, letting him know you liked your meeting on Tuesday and that you're looking forward to the next one. If you have any more requests or need further actions, just let me know.
Alright guys, so I'm gonna walk you through this workflow, how I made it, and if you stay until the end of the video, I'm gonna show you how you can potentially copy it. Hey, can you send an email to John Doe saying that I like our meeting on Tuesday and that I look forward to the next one?
The email has been sent to John Doe, letting him know you liked your meeting on Tuesday and that you're looking forward to the next one. If you have any more requests or need further actions, just let me know.
Perfect. Can you also add him to the pipeline under the interested stage? And also add the tag interested to him.
John Doe has been added to the pipeline under the interested stage, and the interested tag has also been applied to his profile. If you need any further actions or updates for John Doe or anyone else, just let me know.
Alright guys, so as you can see, I made somewhat simple agent that will basically help you connect Telegram or whatever trigger you want to GHL, and you can basically control GHL via Telegram or via voice agent or whatever trigger you want to use. That's the first workflow. So basically here we have the trigger here. Well, at least that's the trigger part here. That's the actual trigger where it's Telegram. This is the conversion where we convert audio to text so we can use it with the agent. And this is how we basically switch from audio to text. So basically, if we use text to communicate with the agent, we're gonna receive the information, the output back in text, and if you use audio, we're gonna use the audio. As you can see, here we used audio as an input, and we're gonna also gonna get audio as an output. Okay, let me remove all that. So as I said, this one is the trigger here. That's where all the magic happens. It's quite simple, just because all the complex parts are in the second part. We use OpenAI for thinking model. We have some memory here. We have the MCP where actually all the tools are. And we also have the thinking model, which basically allows the model to think through complex tasks, even though in this case it's not used that much, because the prompt is quite complicated already. And here we have the output, as I said, the audio and the text. Oh, so that's the text here. To show you the second part, that's what we have on the MCP. When I was building this workflow, I tried to use the native integrations for Go high level, but for some reason they didn't work that well, and I didn't want to find out why, so I just made it through HTTP requests. So as you can see, we have 6 tools that are HTTP requests that are connected to GHL, and here we have one more sent an email to, just because it's much easier to do it through these two than through GHL. Anyway, so basically what's happening is every time the agent calls the MCP, it calls this workflow and then it uses the tools. Actually, let me just open the executions. As you can see, that's the latest run from 1.11. So it basically went to get the contact, then it went back to the agent, get the information to the agent, then the agent said, okay, I'm gonna call the MCP2 again. Then I'm gonna get the pipeline, because we need to know the pipeline ID in order to add the contact to the pipeline, because that's what we wanted. And then we're actually going to add a tag to the contact. And then finally, we're gonna create the opportunity in the pipeline. Let's just double check the pipeline. Okay, let me refresh. As you can see, John Doe has been added to the pipeline under the interested stage. As you can see, I already did some testing with it. Let's go to John Doe's profile to check if we added a tag. and it's interested, and we added the interested tag as well. Okay, let's finally just test the chat. So let's say you want to chat for some reason. Add the tag test123 to the contact. Actually, right now it's not gonna work because the workflow is not activated, so I need to test the workflow again. Go to Telegram. I'm just gonna copy the text again. Oh, never mind, I guess it's got the last message. Yeah, that's about it. I'm just gonna dive a bit deeper into this whole workflow right now. I'm gonna show you around. Basically, there's a trigger here. Yeah, we have a standard Telegram trigger, and we got some information such as the message ID, the date, the first name ID, and most importantly, the text. Then we have the switch, which is basically going to figure out if we use a text or if we send the input by text or by audio. So that's how it works. If the audio exists, it's going to be audio. If the text exists, it's going to be text. And then it's going to choose one of those two paths. Right now is text, so you're just going to set the variables such as the text and the ID. Also, it's going to add the channel. Actually, this one is not yet. I took it from a previous project that I made. Then it's going to set the variables, and if you're wondering why do we do this whole thing, is because we want either one to work at any given time. So otherwise, if we don't have this whole thing, it's gonna be much harder to actually use the agent, or basically we need to have two different agents. We are basically making the output from both of them the same. Anyway, let's go to the agent. So as you can see, we have an AI agent, we have the brain, which is the 4.0 model. We have a simple memory with quite short context actually. We have the MCP tool, which is just connected to this one here. Basically how you connect it is you go here, you copy the production URL and you paste here. That's all. And then you choose all. And we have the thinking tool. In this case, it's not used that much, just because the prompt is actually quite complex. I'm gonna show in a second. But anyway, then when we get the output from the agent, we again need to choose between responding in audio and responding in text. And we're gonna choose how to do that based on the variable that's here. So as you can see, the type is text, just because the last message that we sent was, well, via text. Finally, I'm gonna show you the prompt. As a user prompt, we just have the message, and the system prompt is actually, let me open it. The prompt is actually quite complex, just because there are certain sequences in how the tools should be used. For example, as I mentioned, if you want to create an opportunity, you first need to get the opportunity, because you need to know ID of the stage that's in the pipeline. Then you need to get the contact, because you need the contact ID, and then you need to create an opportunity using all that information. Same goes if you want to create a contact, for example. I'm just gonna switch back and I'm gonna give it information that's not really enough to create a contact. So create a contact called Johnny YouTube, if I spell it right. So that's basically not enough information to create a contact. And now it might even try to do it, but it's not gonna succeed, most probably. Or that's not the latest one, I believe. Okay. Actually, no, it's not gonna work because I didn't test it. I didn't execute it. So let's just test it. Okay, so as you can see, I need Johnny's YouTube email and phone number to create a contact. Could you provide that information? So in GHL, without providing the email and the phone number, you basically can't create a contact, at least not through the API, at least not the way I did it here. So we need to provide the phone number and the email. Let's say phone number is test 123 something at gmail.com, and the phone number is by the way, what's important is that you need to have some old valid number. This one is not valid, but the structure, so the 06 is valid, and then the amount of numbers is also valid. So I'm gonna click enter, and it's not gonna work again because I also need to test it. You don't need to do when you click activate, by the way, but I want to show the whole how it works here. As you can see, the contact Johnny something is added. Would you like to add it to a pipeline or perform any other action? And if we go to workflow number 2, we can see that we actually created the contact, and I'm just gonna use the speaker right now to add him. And because I prefer to actually use voice right now, I'm just gonna switch to voice, and I'm gonna say, yeah, add him to the interested stage and also add the tag interested to him. And again, I forgot to test it, so I'm gonna click it again. I hope it's gonna work. As you can see, it went through the audio. Then choose the MCP quite a lot of times actually. We generate the audio and let's see what's happening.
Joy YouTube has been added to the pipeline under the interested stage, and the interested tag has also been applied to his profile. If you need any more actions for Joy or anyone else, just let me know. Joy YouTube.
Okay, so finally, how you can get this workflow is basically if you join the community, you can get it. Otherwise, I'm most probably gonna make another video walking through step by step how to actually build it, so you can watch the video and copy it. I'm something like an instructor here, so if you join, you're gonna get a bunch of value. We have 2 calls a week. We're gonna solve your technical issues. We're gonna help you with sales, or at least Diana is gonna help you with sales. I'm gonna help you with the technical issues. And yeah, see you there.